Hello everybody, welcome to a different episode of Legends of Equestria. Today I'm actually going to be talking about something very different from what I'd normally talk about. We're not doing a quest today. Today I'm going to actually do something I've wanted to do for a while, and that's wonderful. And I wanted to tell you about, I wanted to make this video for everyone, but also directed at the team of Legends of Equestria. This is a thank you video for not only the team, but for everyone else. But I'd like to, of course, let the team know just what exactly my experiences were with this game, because I think the average person might have more of an idea. Well, I guess nobody really has an idea what exactly my experiences are with this game. So, just let's begin. So I discovered this game from a friend posting about it on social media back in 2015. I can't remember specifically, but I was either at 2 or 3 open server events, and I remember one was an open server weekend. I remember there being an open server event, and the first one I was at was an open server event. I think I joined about after the first day it was. It's going to be open for, what, 2-3 days at that point. And, yeah, my friend posted pictures of their OC on social media, and I wondered, what is this game? So I think someone said the name of it in the comments, maybe the friend mentioned the name of it, and I went to look into it. And I downloaded it, and after playing for just a little bit, I was immediately hooked. I was hooked on the world, I was hooked on the character interaction, I was hooked on interacting with the community, and I developed an addiction to the game. I wanted to be there, but seriously though, I really loved the game and everything that it was about. I remember how bare bones things were back then compared to now, although it still manages to create the same atmosphere that we all know and love. Back in that day, while the maps looked the same, there was definitely no Applewood. There was definitely no Frontier, or what am I thinking of? Applewood, Frontier, or something. I'm not sure. But back then, people were so excited for the game. And I just remember how special it was to everybody, and I remember going on some quests, and probably generally was a bit confused because that was my very first time ever playing any kind of MMO RPG. But that was about what happened with that, and I remember finding out they were going to close, and I was addicted to the game, so when I found out they were going to close in a game I could play for hours and hours and hours, I was just like, what? No, don't do that. I remember this gazebo wasn't here. But yeah, the game was only on an open server event, and I was pretty torn up about that, because I could play this for so long, and it was just this atmosphere that was incredible, and I couldn't believe what I was playing. So, I'll wave at him from back here, but just to capitalize on that, I remember when it went away, I was like, well, there's more about this game, finding out more, and about it being a thing that they're going to release or something. I don't remember. My memory on it is a little hazy because, yeah, it was back then there was so much less stuff. And I remember the fashion we used to have was we had to get all the stuff you get from Buttercream now, most of it anyhow, and, you know, we had like tartan socks and wood swords, and And, I mean, obviously there was some other stuff, but, you know, it was just funny that that's all there was. You know, and they've added so much because the game's been in development forever. So, I believe that was about 4 years after the game began as a project as Equestria Online, because I think it started 2011 as Equestria Online, and now it's been Legends of Equestria for all those years. And yeah, I joined in 2015. It was in a completely different house. Then I remember it opened again for another event. It might have just been another event that I was at and not two more, but yeah, they had an open server weekend where it was going to be open over the weekend and I believe on Monday. And there we go. Help the person, I suppose, or hopefully that didn't harm them. I'm really sorry if that did. I'm not sure what But at the open server weekend, I fell in love with the game again, and it was just absolutely wonderful. I also remember, I believe at the end of that one, they played Goodbye Horses, or maybe it was the first one. One of them, I can't remember, but they played Goodbye Horses, that Q Lazarus song. As like a joke, at least I remember them playing it somehow, and we were dancing outside of Sugarcane Corner, so I'm not really sure how they were playing it, but I mean, I guess they can do whatever they want with administrative control. So, I remember them hyping the game up. I remember there being so much hype surrounding this game before it came out. Everyone loved it. Everyone wanted more. We all wanted more. And it was just incredible. There was just all this hype. People were so excited. I was there during the open server event and the open server weekend, those last two before the game opened. And I remember at the second open server weekend, they were saying the game was going to release in December of 2017. Now, it obviously got postponed, and the game was released on September 10th, 2017. And I remember I have a recording of a bit of my experiences at the open server weekend of 2016, if you ever want to go back and watch that. It's only recorded on Bandicam and nothing's happening. It's before I did commentary or anything, so it's not particularly interesting. But if you want to see what the game was like and see any evidence of how things have changed since then I would ask you to go watch that video, if you wish. Now, I say all of this to say the game opened on September 10th of 2017. I seem to remember I wasn't that interested in the game, which is something I'd forgotten until just very recently. I remember thinking, I'm not so interested, and only because I didn't want to invest the emotional energy that the game gave me, because the game gave me so much to think about, and I had so many emotions surrounding this game, and it was easier to just hide from them rather than invest the energy to go back into this game. Now, I ended up doing that exactly on the day it opened. The servers were so crowded, I barely got in at the time that it just opened, at around what was it, midnight or so for me. Or maybe I only managed to get in later because they might have opened earlier. Can't remember. But I got in around midnight on that day. And the servers were so full, you could not get in anywhere. It was pretty much impossible because everyone wanted to play. That's how much hype there was around this game. That you could not get on because the servers were so full on the first day. But I managed. After a couple tries, I did it. And I was walking around as full jet black, and I even got some of it on video. The good thing about my past in this game is that I recorded so much of it and have a lot of my videos on USB. I've saved a lot of them, and I believe I even uploaded some of the experiences I'm talking about in some video. Yeah, I seem to remember uploading them and showing you like a little bit of what it looks like when you first got in the game for the first time. When we all first got in the game for the very first time. Seeing people walk around all over Cloudopolis, because obviously I'm a Pegasus. And the servers being so stuffed. But I was there. I made it, and I was there. Everyone loved this game. Now, I remember even the next day, it took me until the next day to be able to comfortably get in. I remember trying at other points too. I think at some other point I tried and couldn't get in, but around the afternoon of the next day, I believe, I was able to finally get in because I tried logging in again after logging out once at night. And I couldn't get back in yet again. Everyone was so excited to see this game come back. Now, all of this, everything that I went through, and how I got emotionally invested in the game, everything, all of that, and all the memories I had made prior, I didn't realize those memories would be nothing compared to the memories I'd make in late 2017 to early 2018. Come September, and especially when we got into October, the memories, I remember it being nighttime and looking up into the sky for some reason when everyone was looking to go get something from Ensemble because they had just released their first Halloween-themed update, or Nightmare Night. That was possibly our first ever update, because they added costumes, and we were all going to get them from Ensemble, and I remember people were crowding around Ensemble, even at the time I got on, which was later, and at least I believe it was later. And we all wanted his merchandise. So, going back to September, around, I believe, around a week into the game opening, I met someone. And I'm not going to really mention anyone's names in this video because I just don't want to. It's not how I roll. But I met someone, and we all went into the Evershade Forest and did some grinding. I couldn't believe I was already level 50, as I remember during the open server events, that was something I never thought I would achieve. But lo and behold, it happened, and it was within the first week of the game being open. So I met someone, and after we grinded, obviously I didn't think anything of it because we went into the Evershade as a team, and we all did our thing. Unbelievable to think back on that, and that I got it on recording. Because little did I know, one of the members of that party would return a month later and talk to me in Heartlands, and we went to the cottage. The person I met there, she would become my first true love. And it was unbelievable. I only realized this after we had been best friends for a while. Trying to think of the timeline. It was maybe a couple. I don't remember when I realized I loved her, but she was indeed my best friend at the time, and after a stressful moment occurred with something that happened later, perhaps the next month, can't remember. I fell for her, and we would hang out a lot. I remember the attachment we had very well. And I say all this to say that there's no way to ever really describe the feeling that the atmosphere of this game, mixed with the city I lived in and the house I had moved into just a year or so prior, mixed with the feeling of love and the atmosphere of this game, whatever order I said things in. I never realized just how wonderful it would feel. This game has been a refuge for me. Our relationship developed, and whatever happened, just, as things went on, we hung out a lot, and yeah, it's just, I remember even up to like August 2018, I had some family visiting and staying at my home with me. And I was very stressed out about it. But we sat in our usual spot, which I'm going to show you. By the way, here's the special spot. Just adding this in. It was in this tree, sitting up on top of these branches. And we just enjoyed each other's company. I was stressed out about the visiting family staying in my house. But I sat in my tree later with that girl, and she had comforted me, and I remember that being the best moment of my life. At least every moment in this game was the best moment of my life. I remember having a very special birthday hosted by a very special friend who put it on, and it was, whoa! It was rather incredible. I remember Nation of Two by Vance Joy came out in February of 2018. And that was what I listened to at the time, and that album will always remind me of this game, and it was what I listened to, and I think the indie pop atmosphere really does wonders to bring out that nostalgic feeling and to bring out the feelings about this game, and it's just what I listened to at the time. So there is no combination of words I could put together to tell you what that time means to me. In this game, I found my best friends. In this game, I found my first love. And if you remember back in the day, I used to try to help people a lot. And the community treated me like some kind of hero. I'd never felt so loved and on top of the world in my life. I can't describe to you any of this. I only wish there were some combination of words that I could use to show you my memories with this game. To show you just how I felt. Just what happened. What transpired for me. The friends I made. The feeling I had. The atmosphere. Remembering walking to a Dunkin' Donuts and a Firehouse Subs around the corner. About a 3-minute walk away from my house because he just had to go to the end of my street and around the corner a bit. And it was there. And it's truly unbelievable what all that provided for me. It's unbelievable what this game has provided. The atmosphere is unbeatable. The community has done so much. And the developers have worked tirelessly on this game to keep it going and pay for it out of their own pockets for us to enjoy all these years. And because of them, because of their selflessness and because of their dreams and their passion, we got this community. And I'm sure there's stories that you have that you wish you could tell me or tell anyone about, and tell them just how you feel about this game. But unfortunately, words will never suffice and show you exactly what happened, or show any of us exactly what happened during all of our adventures. How could we ever explain perfection? This game has been a safe haven for me. I'm not going to go into it, but I've had a rough life. And I know many of my friends have had a rough life. This game has been the only place I've ever truly felt safe. It provides this atmosphere that is just beyond anything that I've ever imagined, or that, in my opinion, anyone else has ever imagined. There's no world with atmosphere as beautiful, as wonderful, as just purely outstanding as Legends of Equestria. The map design, the lighting, the 3D, everything that they've made and every way they decided to make it is perfect. It's truly perfect. And I just want them all to know that, everyone that worked on this game. I've wanted to make this video for a while to thank everyone who made me feel so loved and so at home in this community. People who just made me feel wonderful and treated me like I was just this wonderful person in a life where otherwise there was bleakness and darkness. The community, the developers who brought their dreams come true, and all those who played it, everyone who made this game what it is and contributed, everyone who was here, and just all those who just existed, I want to thank, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Because this has been the most important experience of my life. And my safe haven, and the safe haven for many others as well. We've made many friends, and some of us have even met our loves. And I had met my first love. And it's all thanks to this game, and the developers, and the moderators, the administrators, everyone who did everything on this game. I could never thank them enough, but I and many of us owe them a debt of gratitude for what they've all done for us. What was I looking to say? There's so much on my mind I can't even remember everything I wanted to say because I've just been rambling and just... I don't have any of this scripted. This is just all coming from the heart. The music, everything is perfect. And I just could never thank them enough. The team, from what I understand and have seen, gets a lot of criticism. And it has been a source of stress for them. They deserve far more than just our criticism. Constructive criticism is always, of course, needed. But when do we ever take a moment to stop and thank the people who have worked on this, who have made all our dreams come true, who have made our friendships a reality, and who have been there to always just keep this game alive for us, who make their own dreams come true. This is a passion project for them as well. They make this game. They have a dream. They have a vision for it. I make this video to express my feelings about this game, and well, I do not feel so confident about how I've done that, and I just wish I could have portrayed it better. We want to ask the community to make videos similar to this, to tell us your experiences, and to let everyone know who worked on this just how much we love it and how much we appreciate it. This game means absolutely everything to us. This game means everything to me. I watched them hype this game up from only a few years after the concept was a thing. Only 4 years after the game first opened up. Rather, the game first existed. Was when I first came on and watched them hype this game up. They were so excited, talking about so many things, and I remember repeatedly them mentioning all these kinds of things they wanted to add. New cities. I remember the prospect of a Manhattan coming around. I've made all these videos of all my memories, and I intend to keep them. And if this game wasn't special to all of us, why would I have them on USB and be planning to save anything I don't have to USB so that I may keep them and remember them forever? This video I've intended to make for a long while because, well, this was going to be in case I ever lost my memory, which I would really hope never happens. But I like to be prepared, and if for some reason something ever did happen, I want this to be remembered forever. The period of peace in life that means absolutely everything. 2017, 2018 were the best times of my life. And it's thanks to you, the community, my friends, the developers, moderators, administrators, all team members have made something beyond any of my dreams come true. Now, I will end this video before it gets too horribly long, because I'll just be I could just ramble about this forever. This game means everything to us. The characters, the atmosphere, everything you've done for us, the quests, the writing. I want to thank you all for what you've done for me, the moderators for helping me, moderators and community for standing up for me, making me feel loved and special, and making all of this just mean so much to all of us. And I want to thank everyone for what they've done for me, for helping to make the memories and to make me feel so special in this game. Thank you everyone for all these memories, and long live Legends of Equestria.